And you are listening to KPFA or KPFB in Berkeley or KFCF in Fresno and online at kpfa.org. I'm Gabrielle Wilson in for Emmett A. Powell. I'm going to start a little bit early with the guests that have arrived a bit early. I will introduce to you two very special guests. Joining me this morning, I have the pleasure to introduce Mr. Tom Frainier of SemiFreddis Bakery. He's going to talk about the gospel according to SemiFreddis, but he's also affiliated with the Haas Business School. And also joining me this morning is Gian, and he is a lecturer or a mentor for the Y.E.A.H program at Haas Business School. Welcome, Tom and Gian.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, could you talk a little bit, Tom, about the SemiFreddis Bakery and all the good that you do there? You say it's like a gospel according to SemiFreddis. I like that.
Well, yeah, I was raised Catholic, and I've gone the Buddhist route in my later life. But we just believe in treating people with respect, not exploiting anybody in the channel. We've always sort of practiced capitalism with a heart. We've been around for 26 years, and our people are the best paid and the best benefited in our industry. We've never had a layoff in the history of the company, and it works. You treat people well, you make a good product, and the rest takes care of itself. And then, of course, if you're successful in your community, you got to give back. So we just love donating bread to all sorts of people that are in dire need, especially in today's economy. And we'd like to get involved in the community. I'm involved at the Y.E.A.H program at Haas, which is a great program bringing young people in, teaching them about entrepreneurship, and really getting them motivated to go to college. And we have a very high success rate in that. But anyway, that's sort of our basic philosophy.
And Gian, how did you get involved with the Y.E.A.H program at Haas?
Well, it's something I heard about through a friend during my freshman year at UC Berkeley, and I went to meet with the director and heard about how they're taking underserved kids from all over the Bay Area and teaching them business skills, and then hopefully with that knowledge, it motivates them to go to college and take some initiative and go somewhere. So that's how I heard about it.
Okay. Do you hear about companies like SemiFreddis as part of your program, or you don't just go in there as a volunteer, right? You have some type of...
Yeah, definitely. Also, SemiFreddis gave us a gift basket for volunteering there, and then I know that they help out with the kids. The kids go actually do a case study of SemiFreddis Bakery. I think the 10th or 11th graders to learn about business, and they go and tour the factory, I believe. Also,
it's a bakery, not a factory.
Sorry about that.
Go ahead, sorry.
And then also I know SemiFreddis is involved with the Bread Project, which is another nonprofit here in Berkeley that I'm involved with this summer. They actually donated their old bakery to the program. It helps low-income Bay Area people get job training to work in bakeries and restaurants.
Please tell us more about that. I mean, I enjoy the pastries, but it's like the mission and the philosophy behind the pastry. When I'm eating something, it's like it's already divine, and then when I find out what's going on with the company, your company has never laid anyone off. Is that right?
Correct, and that's just the result of we got great people, and they make a great product. We offered it at a reasonable price, and we get great customer service, and that's why we've been successful. If we all work together, we can stay around, especially in these tough economic times. But our business has actually grown during the recession. I think, which is a testament to our people over the last 26 years, that if you make a good product long enough, hopefully you're going to be okay in these tough economic times. And as I said before, we just really, part of our mission statement is to give back to the community. The Bread Project, we were in Emeryville for 20 years. We moved, our lease was ending, so we just moved to Alameda 8 months ago. We bought a building over there, and we had 2 more years left on a lease in our pastry area in Emeryville, and we didn't know what are we going to do, what should we do with it. And our head baker came up with the idea, hey, I've been involved in the Bread Project, for 5 years, as you guys know, because you let me go off and do that. They're looking for a new space, so we decided to rent the space for half of our rent. So we're subsidizing half the rent for 2 years, and donated all the equipment to them so they could get started. And it's just a great program. It gets people off some really bad situations and into the workforce, and that's where I get my biggest pleasure, actually, is doing things for other people. That's where I get my real satisfaction in life.
Well, a lot of companies, they might want to do something like that, but they might have a fear factor. Like, I don't want to be around certain people as far as hiring them. Like, they might have a sketchy background or that. How do you overcome those things?
Well, just like Eminem, I'm not afraid. I don't see people that way. Even though I've had a lot of success in my life, I went to Cal undergrad, MBA from Cal, worked for Clorox for 6.5 years, and then been doing SemiFreddis for the last 22 years. I just see people as people. I don't think I'm any more important than the lowest level person in SemiFreddis. Of course, at work, my opinions count for more, and things like that. But as far as on the human being scale, we're all just the same, and we need to help each other out. I think there's a lot of stuff going wrong in global capitalism today. It doesn't have to be that way, and hopefully it will change over time, because obviously the way it's been running is not really working.
Yeah, KPFA has been hit, as have many other institutions, but I've always appreciated seeing the donations that we receive from SemiFreddis. And I know all my colleagues here and the phone room volunteers, and just everybody knows about SemiFreddis bread. So, Gian, do you have something planned with your career yet, or you're just looking? Your parents own a bakery? Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. In Carmel, my parents are involved in a restaurant and bakery there, and that's pretty much what I'm looking at. I'm hoping to go to Cal and gain some knowledge, and then take that back. My dad, who runs the restaurant and bakery, never got the opportunity to go to college, but I'm hoping to go to college and take some of that back and run the family business.
Say the name of the restaurant and bakery in Carmel.
Little Napoli in Carmel and Carmel Bakery in Carmel.
And by the way, they gave me a gift basket about a month ago, and with all their products, and they make a killer spaghetti sauce. So I don't know if you guys have a webpage or anything like that where you can order stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's PepeInternational.com. So PEPE International.com is the family website.
Anyway, I would highly recommend it.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure myself, and to know that you care about these type of business models and giving back, it makes me feel nice, and it probably makes most people feel nice, knowing that a company is not, or bakery, restaurant, whatever you have, a company like SemiFreddis is like, this more of just supplying a demand. It's like your companies are like, SemiFreddis is like a gift that keeps on giving. They come in and buy something, but they also give when they buy something.
Yeah, well, I've always said it's our customers that allow us to stay in business, and it's our customers that allow us to do what we do for the community. If we weren't successful, we couldn't do any of this stuff. So first and foremost, it starts off with you got to have a great product, great prices, great service, and the way you get that is treat your employees well, not only financially but psychically. Give them a no bullshit environment, no politic environment. Oh, sorry about that. Was that one of the? That's one of the
George Carlin 7 dirty words.
That's one of the 7 words. Oh boy.
No, it's not.
No, what are the other 6? Oh no, I can't say that on radio.
Because you can't say them.
Right. But anyway, we just again, it's just a system that makes sense to us. If you want a quality product, quality employees, quality ingredients, give it back to the community. It's just a full circle of quality that I think is my version of capitalism with a heart. I am a a capitalist. I know that's kind of a dirty word in Berkeley sometimes, but I think it can be done the right way. You think in the long term, you don't think in the short term. And somebody once asked me when I gave a talk, what's your exit strategy? That's a big, buzzword today. And my answer was death was my exit strategy. I mean, whatever happened to
or die.
Yeah, it's not all about money. How big of a house do you need to have? How many cars do you need to have? It's just, we're not here that long, and let's have a positive impact on those around us, especially if we've been successful. I think it's a capitalist obligation to give back if you've been successful.
I like that. It's like if you can do more, you should. How did you get involved donating to KPFA, and how you do it so regularly?
Yeah.
Fund drive. I'm like, you are so consistent with it.
Well, yeah, we support a lot of charities in the Bay Area. Again, community-based radio. It's important to have radio stations that are not, controlled by Live Nation or whatever the monopoly going today is. Again, we're alternative. I mean, we all graduated from Berkeley. We're all ex-hippies, and as the time's gone on, I think we've become pretty good business people. But at the same time, we've never forgotten our roots, which is helping out the less fortunate, and that comes from our parents. And we were all lived in the co-ops in Berkeley, which was, you had to cooperate to live together, and you had to do work shifts, and you had to rely on each other. So, I don't know, my whole life, the way I was raised, it was, give back was always the message. And the good news about giving back is it really does feel good. Yeah, and you never know down the line whose life you're going to impact, and it's just goodwill all around. Now, Gian, do you have anything you want to say before we close out? Are you lecturing now? Are you mentoring students now?
Right now over the summer, I'm just helping out in the office at the YEAH program. But in the fall, the students are coming. We're accepting a whole new group of students, and then at that point, we just do all kinds of different things with them. We lecture to them. What I was doing last year is lecturing to them, and then the sophomores at the program prepare a whole business plan as if they were actually starting their own business. So they come up with an idea, prepare a whole lecture over the course of the term, and then at the end they present it to a group of venture capitalists. And then the venture capitalists give them feedback on their idea and tell them if they're actually investing, if they would have invested in it.
Wow, we need you here at KPFA, the Pacific Foundation. I think one last thing I want to say. This program is so amazing. Any kid that stays in the program for the whole 4 years, freshman through senior high school, and not all of them stay in, but a lot of them do, every single one of them goes on to a 4-year college. And they're typically the first ones in their family to go to college. So we had a graduation ceremony in June, and my eyes were welling up. I mean, everybody talks about young people today not being old school like us, and don't have the values. Well, I just don't believe that. You see some pretty amazing kids in this program. Yeah, I had the pleasure learning about YEAH, and I've always thought, wow, there should be more going on like that. I want to thank you both so much for coming this morning, and I hope you'll come back again. And how can people get in touch with YEAH, and if they wanted to participate or... Well, I'd start by going to the website. Not entirely sure what it is, but if you just type in Young Entrepreneurs at Haas into Google, I'm sure you can get somewhere with that. Okay. We also have a link, I believe, on our webpage, and it's just SemiFreddis.com. But we list some, like the Bread Project, people we're associated with, so that when people come to our website, we can help market these other programs. Again, you give, it comes back to you. It comes back to you over and over and over again. Thank you for coming, and I can't wait to get hold of some of those pastries out there. Because I had to join the gym. The pastries are so good. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.